Hey all! Today we'll be diving into the key AWS monitoring services like CloudWatch, CloudTrail, and EventBridge. All of these are really essential for managing cloud resources and ensuring system security. Now, if you're preparing for roles like the AWS Cloud Engineer, Solutions Architect, or DevOps Engineer, this topic is simply unavoidable. Because we'll be exploring how to monitor EC2 instances and how we could set up CloudWatch alarms and take corrective action when certain metrics like the CPU utilization reaches a certain threshold. Plus, we'll also talk about EventBridge for managing events across AWS and many third-party services, allowing you to streamline workflows and build scalable event-driven applications. Also, if you're aiming for similar roles in AWS or if you're just unsure about where to begin, don't miss out our 90-minute free AWS job-oriented masterclass. In that masterclass, our experts will walk you through the proven 3-step strategy and a clear roadmap that has helped many professionals like Renga and Kennedy land their dream cloud jobs. So click the link in the description below to register for your free class. With that being said, let's get to the video.
So now, what do you think? Why we required monitoring? So now first, let's understand reason for monitoring. Why exactly we required monitoring? So as you know that the monitoring your environment is one of the most important things to think about whenever you are creating the architecture. And you always need a way to keep a track of how your resources are operating and performing. So with monitoring, you gather information about resource utilization and application performance. When I say resource utilization, what exactly it means? Is there any instance which show a very high CPU utilization, right? And at the same time, we also need to monitor the instance which is almost 0% of CPU utilization. Because why? Because obviously the instance that we are using, it's an pay-as-you-go services, right? And there is a cost involved. So we also need to find out the instance which is almost not usable, 0% of utilization. So it means this monitoring measure whether your infrastructure is satisfied demand, and it also help you to build the architecture that scale up for more demand and pull back when there is a less demand. So this kind of scaling provide a better user experience for your customer and save the money. And this monitor is also important for security because with parameter in place, you can see if and when user are accessing part of your environment and verify the permission. So in AWS, we have a service called CloudWatch. Right? So CloudWatch is an AWS service that provide near real-time stream of system event. So this event describe changes to your AWS resources, and with the CloudWatch, you can also respond quickly to operational changes and you can also take corrective action. So this CloudWatch alarm send notification or automatically make a changes to the resources that you monitor based on rules that you can define. Let's say you want to monitor the CPU uses and disk read and write of your Amazon EBS instance or EC2 instance. So this data can be used to determine whether you should launch additional instance to handle increased load, or you can also use this data to stop underused instance to save the money. And this beside the monitoring, the build in a metrics that come with AWS, you can also create and monitor custom metrics. So with this CloudWatch, you gain a system-wide visibility into resource use, application performance, and operational health. So you can collect, access, and correlate these data in a one place from across your all your AWS resources, application services. CloudWatch, okay, this also collect the information from your on-premises server. So for example, like this. So here, okay, you need to mention the metrics, okay, the okay metrics here. So metrics are a data about the performance of your system. So there are many service provide you with the metrics of resources. Okay, and these resources also might include your EC2 instance, your EBS, your RDS. So CloudWatch store the data about a matrix as a series of data points, and each data point has an associate timestamp. So here, okay, the all logs here. CloudWatch has a CloudWatch logs, CloudTrail logs, VPC flow log, custom logs as well. So the CloudWatch log, it means it monitor, store and access your log files from your EC2 instance, CloudTrail, Amazon Route 53 and other resources. I'm going to explain CloudTrail, VPC flow log in VPC and custom log shortly. But let's understand, okay, about the CloudWatch logs. So now here you can see the example show two identical web server that record a data, okay, to the same log file, which is called a server.log. And one server is in EC2 and other one is a virtual machine on premises. So both server are able to publish event in the log file to log stream. So a log stream is a sequence of log event that share the same sources. And each separate source of a log in a CloudWatch logs make a separate log stream. So there are multiple log streams can be collected in a single log group, and a log group share the same retention, monitoring and access control setting across all stream. So okay, now here what my plan is that, so now what my plan is, my plan is that I'm going to launch some instance and we are going to monitor the instance. It means in case if our CPU utilization goes more than 50, 60 or 70%, then we must, okay, or AWS must show the alarm here. In case if CPU utilization goes more than 50, 60%. So so now folks, I'm just going to launch the instance here. I'll just give a name. And now, okay, I'll just say the same thing. And in advanced details, you can see I'll just enable this CloudWatch monitoring. Right? I'll just enable this CloudWatch monitoring for this instance. And now let's launch the instance first. The instance is running. So my instance is running, and now when I say monitoring, it means what? So here you can see it's not running yet. Yeah, it's generating. Okay. So now folks, here you can see, it generated data. Now here, when I say generate the data, it means what? Your CPU utilization, networking, network out, network packets in, and there are many things, right? So this way, this is what exactly? This is your task manager for your instance, right? So there is a question. When we enable the monitoring on AWS resource, will it incur additional cost for it? How to find out that its cost is involved? Okay. So the basic monitoring is free. Okay. It means your EC2 instance send metrics, your CPU, network, disk status to CloudWatch every 5 minutes. There is a no extra charge. But if you say detailed monitoring, okay, so it is a 1 minute metrics interval instead of 5 minutes. So this EC2 detail monitoring costs also, okay, there are some costs I don't exactly remember. There is a per instance per month, and it is useful whenever you need faster scaling decision in auto scaling. And there is also custom that also paid. Okay. Now, okay, here you can see I enable this CloudWatch, and now I'm going to create an alarm. Alarm, it means what? In case currently you can see the CPU utilization is 1.9. It means almost 2% only. Now, if it is goes more than, okay, let's say somewhere around the 50%, now then it means we must receive the alarm from the CloudWatch. So let's see how exactly we can create that specific CloudWatch alarm. So let me open the CloudWatch. So the CloudWatch is also regional service. Okay. So first, okay, what you need to do is you need to create an alarm. And here you can see matrix. So in my AWS account, I have configured these many things, right? So I want to choose, I want to create an alarm on EC2. So, okay, here you can see there are different options while you select the instance. Now the first one is by auto scaling group. If you remember just now, okay, whenever any instance launch, whenever any instance terminate, whenever any instance fail to launch or fail to terminate, then it create the alarm, right? So you can also create that matrix in auto scaling group here. Or let's suppose you can also create an alarm on a specific AMI ID. So for example, let's say you launch a specific instance, let's say Mac, okay, or something, that specific instance, then what happened? It start monitoring. You don't need to mention that, okay, let's enable the CloudWatch on this instance. No, you choose AMI. Or aggregated instance type. It means what? Let's say, for example, you want to create an alarm only whenever any person start M5 or C6G, this kind of the instance type. So no matter what OS is, let's enable the CloudWatch monitoring. Or whether you want to apply for the all instance. But now I'll say that I want to apply for the specific instance metrics. And now here you just need to search. So here you just need to provide instance ID. I'll just copy the instance ID and I'll just try to search. And now you can see our instance is here. So what exactly our plan? Our plan is to configure our CloudWatch for CPU utilization. So here I'm just searching CPU utilization, right? You can see I'll find one CPU utilization. Now let's select the metrics. I say that, okay, this is a CPU utilization on instance ID, and I'll say that I want every after 1 minute. Make sure you check the instance every after 1 minute here. Okay, so now at the moment it's somewhere around, okay, somewhere around 5 point something. And now here you have an option static and anomaly detection. Static, it means what? Okay, let's say I want 50%. In case if CPU utilization goes more than 50%, let's hit the alarm. Right? What exactly it is? It is a completely static. And if you choose anomaly detection, so this is a completely machine learning algorithm AWS use. Right? So this algorithm automatically learn your metrics, your normal pattern, and they also create some band. It means expected range. And this band add up over time so that you can detect outliners, unusual spikes or drops, right? So you whenever we choose this, okay, the anomaly detections, okay, CloudWatch apply machine learning to analyze historical data of that metrics. It detect the anomaly detection band around the matrix predictive value, and you can also create alarm that triggered if the metric goes outside of this band. Right. So for example, you have a website on the instance. So there is a normal traffic at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So this anomaly detection learn this doesn't alarm during the expected spike. If the traffic suddenly double at 2 a.m., it trigger the alarm. Right. But I want to use a static only, which is a 50%. Right. You can see we have created. And now again here, in case if CPU utilization goes more than 50%, right? Then whenever it generate the alarm, whether do you require the notification? At the moment, no. I don't want any notification. But I want to take action. So in case the alarm status is show in alarm, right? It means if it goes more than 50%, I want to terminate the instance. Usually we don't terminate the instance, but this is only for the demo. That's the reason we terminate the instance, so that I can show you in case if it is goes more than 50%, then CloudWatch also take the action as well. Right? So I'll just choose terminate this instance. I'll just give the name. Right? And I'm just going to next. Here it show all the information about it. Right? And now we need to create the alarm only. Clear, folks? Can I go ahead? I'm just going to create the alarm. So the moment you create the alarm, okay, here you can see state. So you can say just now we create the alarm and currently it is showing insufficient data. Now what exactly this insufficient data it means? It collecting a data. Okay, it collecting a data from the instance and at the moment it is insufficient. It means what? Currently this alarm they don't have any kind of information. Let's wait for the few seconds. And now you can see the K21 alarm say that okay. It means what? It is currently under the 50%. Right? And here it can say it is just a 5 points percent. Right? So I want to show you that how exactly it look like, how alarm is generated and how it exactly look like. So obviously we can't wait that when CPU utilization goes 50%. So for that, what I'm going to do now, I'll just going to connect the instance. And now what exactly my plan is, I'm going to install stress utility on a machine. And then I'll just increase the CPU utilization. Okay. Okay. Some fake CPU utilization. Okay. I'm increasing on my Linux machine. So here I'll just say yum space install space stress space hyphen y. Okay. I'm just going to install a stress utility now. This is the command. And now you can see a utility is installed. And now I'm just giving a stress. I'm just giving a stress to one of the CPU utilization and that is 90. Right? And I'll just hit the enter. Oops, sorry. Oh, STRESS. Okay. Okay, it's double S. I mentioned one only. So now you can see I'm just giving a stress of 90% to one of my instance, this instance. Now let's refresh. So at the moment it's here. Let's wait for the few seconds. And now you can see it goes 38%. It's still in 38%. And now you can see it is in alarm, right? And now here you can see refresh. Okay, you can see the system will power off now, right? And it is also terminated the instance. You can also view the alarm here. Why exactly it is no alarm here. What happened now here you can see. So we say that if it is goes more than 50%, it is goes 50%, it generate the alarm and it also terminate the instance. Clear, everyone? Everyone, is it clear? Okay, everyone. So now, folks, here, now someone comes to you and say that, hey, someone terminate my instance. Can you please identify who exactly that person who terminate my instance? Or someone comes to you and say that, hey, Amir, till yesterday I'm able to access, okay, the S3 bucket, but today I can't. Or someone comes to you and say that someone changed the security group of my EC2 instance, and that's the reason I cannot access the instance because they blocked the SSH, right? So how exactly we can find out that person? Am I correct, everyone? Because this specific EC2, right? EC2, it means what? Sorry, this CloudWatch, it means what? It monitor the resources, right? When I say it is EC2 instance, or let's say it is the let's say databases, your DynamoDB, okay, any other thing. So it monitor it. But what about, okay, the activity which has happened inside the AWS account? Okay, that is a user activity. How exactly we can find out? So for that, the CloudWatch come to the pictures. Sorry, my bad. In that case, that CloudTrail come to the picture. My bad, not CloudWatch. CloudTrail come to the picture. So what exactly the CloudTrail and how exactly? Okay, okay. So now the next thing is that I want to. So CloudWatch only monitor the resources, whereas CloudTrail, okay, monitor your network activity. So now the next one, as I said, that CloudTrail. So CloudTrail provide insight into who did what and when by tracking user activity and API users. So with this CloudTrail, you can get a history of AWS API call in your account. And these call can be made through the console, your SDK, your CLI, and even though some higher level AWS services. So this CloudTrail record the AWS API call and it also deliver the log file to you. So here the information, it also provide the information about the source IP address, identify the API caller, and it also include the time of the call. So this AWS API call history that CloudTrail produce can also use for your security analysis, tracking of resource changes, compliance auditing as well. So this the CloudTrail logs is also created by per region basis. So if you use multiple region, then you can also choose where log files are delivered for each region. So CloudTrail also save the logs in your S3 bucket. All right, you can create a separate S3 bucket as well. And this CloudTrail save the logs for the last 90 days. So now this CloudTrail also help you to answer the question that require detailed analysis. Right? For an example, why was a long running instance terminated and who terminated? Now what exactly it is? It is organization traceability and accountability. Who changed a security group configuration? What exactly it is? It is accountability and security auditing. Or what activities were denied due to lack of permission? What exactly it is? It is potential internal or external attacks against the network. So here, you can see, the CloudTrail log. If you just go to the event history, you can see which user. You can see I just delete the alarm, put the matrix. Here you can see I just run the instance. When exactly, where exactly, what is the ID, everything. And here you can see these are the logs. Right? So it is in generated in AP-south-1. And here you can see what exactly the IP is. That is 223.233.84.238. Right, 223.233.84.238. What exactly it is? This is my public IP of my machines. So what exactly did it say? So here you can also get all the information as well. So this is just one of the log files. So this example log file show that about the IAM user name alias, which also called stop instance actions. So the alias user, let's say they stop the instance by using CLI. So in this section of the log, you can get information about who made the request. That is alias. And now if you go to the next, in this section, you get the information about focus of the request. So in this case, the focus of the request was the instance. And you can see the instance IDs I-ABCDFG0123 something. Now the next one here, this section of the script can tell you when the API call occurred, what the API call was, and what exactly the region exactly. And in next, you can also see you get information about the response. In this case, the instance was stopped. Right? So this way you can also read the message as well. Make sense, folks? You understand CloudWatch, CloudTrail, CloudWatch? So in the log, okay, so if you see here in the logs that you can find, you can see I launched the AMI ID. So here you can see all the logs here. Now, okay, folks, what happened exactly? You are using AWS, you are using GCP, you are also using the Azure as well and on premises. It means what? Here, what happened exactly? So here you need to manage a 4-5 tools. For AWS CloudWatch, for Azure is different, GCP is different. Okay, so for every use cases or everything, you need to use different CloudWatch services. Then it is very difficult to manage as well. Because why? Because there are different type of monitoring services that we have. So, okay, there is a one service called EventBridge. So now this EventBridge remove the friction of writing point-to-point integration. And you can also access the change in a data that occur in a both AWS and SaaS application through very highly scalable central stream of events. So EventBridge is a preferred way to manage your events, okay, that are captured in CloudWatch. And these events and EventBridge are the same underlying service on API. But this EventBridge provide more feature. So with this EventBridge, right, you get a simple programming model where event publisher are decoupled from event subscribers. So you can build loosely coupled, independently scale, and highly reusable event drive applications. Because it's a fully managed, it handle everything from the event injection, delivery to security, right? Authorization, error handling, so that you can build a scalable event drive application. So this event bridge is a serverless, so you have no infrastructure to manage and you pay only for the events that you consume. You only pay for the event that your own application or SaaS application generate, right? So here you can see in this example, there is a EC2 instance which reports CPU utilization metrics, okay, to the CloudWatch, and there is a some custom okay, alarm is created, okay, and here you can see this event bridge rule are built to notify your support team when the CPU above 90% alarm is in alarm state, so that they can also investigate and take a action. So event bridge take a two action. It send a email to subscribe, okay, to SNS topic, and it also send a reach notification to your operation team or third party monitoring tools. It means what? You can integrate, okay, this with your third party monitoring tool which collect the centralized information, right? So Azure also has the same feature, GCP and in on premises. So whenever any alarm is generated, okay, actually everyone it's sent to the centralized tool, right? Clear, everyone? When we are using EventBridge, so in case if there is a third party application and you want notification, then you can use this EventBridge.
You now learn how to monitor EC2 instances, set up the CloudWatch alarms for performance thresholds, even using EventBridge to handle events across your AWS infrastructure. Now, these are actual critical skills for roles like the AWS Cloud Engineer, DevOps Engineer, and Solutions Architect, helping you build a robust, scalable, secure cloud environment. By mastering all of these tools I mentioned, you are well on your way for standing out in the competitive job market, gaining real-world experience that employers are actually looking for. If you're ready to accelerate in your cloud career, don't miss out our free AWS Job-Oriented Masterclass. In that session, we're going to guide you through all of the essential skills that you need to know and also prepare you for interviews and help you land a top-tier job in the cloud industry. So click the link in the description below for your free class. With that, thank you for watching and I'll see you all in the next one.